This this is Armistice Week, and we're here today to talk about a film that was taken in 1940. But before we get into that, I'd like to introduce ourselves. My name is Bill Hand, W.I. Bill Hand, and my comrade here on my left is Henry Oxford. We both left Corner Brook May the 12th, 1940. Now, you're about to see this film, and this film was taken by Frank Silver, who was the mill manager in Corner Brook in 1940. And it's about the only film, I guess, was taken at that time of our departure from Corner Brook, because I guess he was about the only one that had a film camera in those days, a movie film camera. And after, or just before he left Corner Brook, I understand, he gave this film to Mrs. House, Harold House's mother. She was president of the WPA at the time, and she kept it all these years down in the safe in Goodyear House. And now it has surfaced, and you'll see the film now in a few minutes, and Henry is going to do his best to give you some commentary on it and tell you what it's all about and the places that you'll see along the way.
Oh, thank you, Bill. It's hard to believe that what we're going to see was taken 47 years ago. And the places that we're going to see, first of all, is that we were forming up in front of a badminton building, badminton hall. That building is not there now. That is where the Newfoundland Light and Power Company building is. Also, you'll see part of a Goodyear House building. And as we were marching down West Street, Governor Walwyn and Lady Walwyn were on the steps of the Masonic building, and he took the salute. We continued on then down to the railway station. Along the way, you will realize, Bill, that this film, taken 47 years ago, was it's very fast moving. It's not of great length. Some of the people that we will see we could recognize, but others, they went by so fast that it'd be pretty hard to get their features. So from there, we boarded the train.
Just before you go on, there was a couple of bands in that movie, is there?
There were two bands. The original town band, which Mr.
Carl Trapnell.
Carl Trapnell, he was the bandmaster.
Right.
And also the Church Lads Brigade, they had a band, which would be the second band.
So you were saying we boarded the train, or we're about to board the train.
Yes, and you will see that if all of Corner Brook wasn't down at the station, 75% of them were. And also on the train at that time were our comrades from Grand Falls.
That's right.
They boarded in Grand Falls, and so when we boarded, we joined up with our comrades from Grand Falls. I'm not sure of the exact number, but I think that we were close to, from Corner Brook, 130, 135 from Corner Brook.
It's pretty close.
And we had 80 or odd, I think, from Grand Falls.
Yeah, Grand Falls.
So that is all I can think of as far as the as the film itself is
Well,
concerned.
that's pretty good, Henry. That's very good description.
But one thing, Bill, that now that we're here talking about this, there's a couple of things that I remember that connected you and I together, and that is when we arrived in Quebec City on our way overseas. There was a few of us. We went up to the Chateau Frontenac, and if I remember correctly, at that time, you didn't have a jacket on. So when we...
A pretty hot day,
it was.
Yeah.
And when we went in, of course, we were stopped, and we were told that you couldn't enter because you didn't have a jacket on.
That's true. That's true.
So I think you did finally get in, but how?
Well, there were some guests coming in, and one of them had a raglan over his arm, and I explained to him quickly what I needed that raglan. So he let me have the raglan, and I got in. And you were there with me when I got in, eh?
Right.
But it was really worth the visit to that chateau. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it.
The other thing, it was after that, after we had arrived over in England, and we had our first leave, and you and I were together again, and we went up to Glasgow, and we were on the main street in Glasgow after we checked into the Red Shield place for the night, and we were up on the main thoroughfare. We were looking into this window, shop window, and this lady came along, and Mrs. Higgins, and she passed out her card and invited us to her home for supper the following night, which we enjoyed very much. So these are two things that stick out in my
memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I just faintly remember that. So when you get to the tail end of this film, if you look right closely at it, you'll see me right on the end of the train, kissing all the girls goodbye until we meet again.
Yeah, it's hard to realize that 47 years have passed, Bill.
Sure is.
Since that time.
Since that time. Well, I guess now we're going to see the film, are we?
Well, Bill, this is May the 12th, 1940, and this is in front of the badminton hall on West Street, and we're all gathered around. And then you'll see the other building is Goodwin House building. The badminton hall is not there now. Here you see us, we're marching down West Street, and that's Noseworthy.
Now you can probably pick out some of the boys there, Henry.
Yes, Herb Johnson there.
Derek Loader?
Yes. Bob Gillum. Not Bob, Don. Tony Hall.
Jerry O'Keefe, I think. Yeah, Jerry O'Keefe.
It's moving along so fast, it's hard to pick out.
The camera.
Dave Stevenson, he's passed away since. And this is Governor Walwyn and his wife taking the salute on the steps of the Masonic Building.
And what band is that?
That is, I believe, the Church Lads Brigade band.
You can see some of the fellas again who we...
Mike Redmond there, just passed by.
Jack Reynolds, I believe, eh?
And this is the tall chap was Bruce Nichols from Deer Lake. I thought that was Lefty that just passed.
Yeah, I thought that was Lefty too. It looked like Lefty LeDroux just passed there. Yeah.
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 Those features. Now we're down at the railway station And you can see the crowd that's gathered and panning on Humbermouth Road. A lot of the changes have taken place in 47 years,
47
Bill.
years, you're darn right, I wouldn't recognize it.
And here's the train all decorated and moving out from the station. And as Bill said, if you watch closely, right on the tail end of the train, you'll see Bill throwing kisses to the girls. Well, Bill, this has given us an opportunity to sit down and see this film and to rehash a few old memories. And we would like to thank the cable company now for giving us this opportunity to put this in perspective and show the film and let the people of Corner Brook see what it was like 47 years ago. And Bill, if you'd like to finally say a few words.
Well, I'd like to add to that, Henry, my thanks to the Shellbird Cable Company for letting us use their facilities today. And now this film is, it'll be around for a long, long time, maybe 100 years from now. They'll be able to play it back and see what happened that day, May the 12th, 1940. Thank you very much.
Thank you.